so as we've been prepping for taking photos of Tami's inventory, there's also some of the houses that are staged that we wanted to go through and tour through. So, and then also give some insight on how Tami thinks and what she does as she walks through and sizes up a place. And then as you'll see here in these photos, how it looks when she's all done. So
great.
Tami, I'm going to let you walk us through this house, and we're out.
So one of the things that I wanted to focus on in here was because they used a lot of shiplap in this home.
Oh,
so
that's
that
right.
kind of I gravitated to a little bit more of a keeping that farmhouse, but also kind of creating that classic urban look a little bit with the natural greenery and everything. I picked green with my neutral colors because I wanted to bring the outside in.
Okay.
So that it was just a continuation. And I do that a lot in my homes because that way it's kind of like I can tell the story.
Okay.
Right? From the minute that the client gets there and they see the exterior of the house, then I've brought that element to the inside. So whether it's a brand new construction home or it's even a 20-year-old home.
Yeah.
It just, to me, it's important that it tells the story from the beginning, from the very minute that they see it, because that's my goal, is to be able to have that client be able to walk in and get the little piece of the story, and that just wants them to continue all the way throughout the house. And then by the time they're in, they want that house because right there. And I look at this and I go, man, if I had this house, imagine just like cozying up there in a chair by that window, and even on a nice cold stormy night or even a snowstorm, how amazing that would be to be over that valley to see that.
Absolutely.
So so he did a good job with that. He kind of had this nice little recessed area, so that was a good area for us to be able to put in some kind of China hutch type of thing, so that it showcased that space. As a stager, sometimes you have to be creative, and when coming up with ideas, you never know what the builder's thinking when they actually architecturally lay this out, and you're like, well, what was that for? Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we kind of tried to give that perspective of helping them out with kind of creating up some creative spaces that a buyer can use that space for.
Yeah, that's a real practical sense with that.
Yeah, on here, I think it then goes into this office, which is up at the front of the house. Mm-hmm. Again, it was nice and spacious. We tried to we always either use the desk in the window or whatever, trying to pick a good visual point to stage that room so that it photographies well. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And two, it's just always making sure too that when they walk in that they're not, the buyer isn't being blocked by something. So we always position the stuff in the room so that it has that easy access in, and you capture that focal point in the entry. Again, a piece that was a pocketed area that was not quite big enough for a lot of things, but it allowed us to be able to put something there to be able to somebody to sit down, be able to take their shoes off.
Exactly. I was just going to say that, the shoe thing.
Whatever, but still comfortable and still feel like you were a part of the front room as well. I liked this master room. It was really nice, very spacious. Again, if you notice, I'm telling the same story throughout the house. I did not.
Don't they call these the main rooms now?
The primary.
Masters.
Mm-hmm.
The primary.
Primary.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry.
Just want to keep us out of court.
That's right.
That's all. Yeah.
Primary.
Yeah, primary. There
primary.
we go. Yeah.
But yes, it was nice and big, and it had. Again, I tried to use the same elements. That's what I like to do, is be able to use that softness, kept the continuity going all the way through. So that way it wasn't disruptive. And that's, to me, it's kind of hard when you walk a home and that's been staged. And sometimes you'll have stagers that, I mean, I get it, they're using what they have, but, you don't want to go from something that's like green and then go into a room that's, got red and whatever. It's just a nice, soft transition.
Right.
Your primary bathroom, which again was nice and spacious. Again, love that has the tub. We always like to focus on that when we're staging because that's always a big seller, right?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you walk in, you want to say, I'm going to soak in that tub and that.
I'm going to soak in the tub and look outside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we kind of focused on that.
Good placement.
All right.
Yeah.
No place like home.
No place like home.